Hi everyone, my name is Jakub and you're listening to the Moment of Clarity podcast. My name is, as I said, Jakub. I play Man-of, but let's be honest, right now I'm only playing Krios 3, which is awesome. Together with me, as always, is my friend Piotr. Piotr, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine. I'm playing Legion in Signar. Currently, I'm playing more Signar than Legion. I'm preparing for the upcoming tournaments, and I'm testing a couple of ideas, so we'll see how it will go.
Awesome. And with us today is another special guest, which has become sort of a theme for this podcast. Our friend Tomasz Tutaj, who is an avid list creator, I would say, and a great player here in Poland. He is here today to talk with us about the Pirate CID, the Privateer CID. Tomek, how are you?
Hey, hello guys. I'm super good. Couldn't wait to talk about this new team. Talion Charter is exactly not the Pirates, but it doesn't matter.
Also,
so,
what have you been up to lately? What have you been playing?
Mercs for the recent month, maybe 2 months, I think. Before that, I was playing Grimkins because that was something around the WTC.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, before the next WTC, I want to try something new. Because Mercs are I think the biggest mine of different ideas, so that's why.
Yeah, they can really mix and match, right? The most freely.
Yeah, there's like 3 arms in one army.
Yeah, exactly. You love the getting the Man-of and Signar and all the other stuff mixed.
Yeah, that's the one of the tiers which is super cool for me. The Lille.
Yeah, I always think you're proxy.
I heard that you were talking about. Yeah, this is the bad thing that when you have to proxy.
No, but I think you're proxy, and then it turns out you're actually not proxying. These are actual incinerators and actual cavalry and stuff like this. When I see you on the table, like next to mine, it's awesome. So the Privateer CID has ended lately. We're waiting for the Infernals to drop this Wednesday. Honestly, I can't wait. Do you guys have any Piotr just disconnected. Do you guys have any thoughts about Infernals, by the way?
Infernals, it's hard to say anything. I mean, the one thing I thought is the most interesting thing is that they don't start in the game, so you have to create those jacks, and they have to appear next to the caster himself. So that will be some kind of different dynamic on the battlefield because of it.
Yeah.
But first I need to see those stats
of course.
Because if they are too squishy, it will be impossible to go forward, to put them super close to the opponent.
But the beasts, the horrors can activate right after they're summoned, I believe.
Yeah, that's the clue that you can move
which
forward.
Can actually.
Put him in the play.
Yeah, sorry for this. I feel like it makes for some crazy assassination attempts. If they can really, because they said they're gonna to be very powerful but very squishy, the horrors. So I'm a little worried what will happen if you charge with your caster, let's say 9 inches, right? Summon a horror and the horror charges, and it gives for some crazy assassination angles.
So this is what I said. There will be completely different dynamic of battlefield.
Yeah.
Because if you don't start with the models at the beginning, and for example, you want to go for a scenario, you start to create these at the very beginning on the first turns. And if you want to run around, just to put them close or far on the flank or in the middle, the whole army will be built around the caster himself because he's putting the beasts into play.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's more centered around the caster than other factions. I didn't even think of it that way, but that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Okay, Piotr, are you with us? I don't think so.
Not yet,
but we're fine. So the Privateer CID, what has caught your eye the most? What is the big change that everyone has been waiting for and that will make privateers good, or let's say decent / competitive?
For me, it's the monkey.
Oh yeah, oh my god, the monkey's crazy. Isn't it the same deal? Grim King got the monkey as well. There's something with the monkeys lately.
The biggest, I mean, this is the, maybe not the biggest thing in the seed, but it makes the pirates to play more with jacks, not only with those super fast infantry. And it will be able to play this tier not only with She and the horde of pirates from ambush or something like this, because the extra focuses, this is the biggest issue for those jacks. And the second shot.
So let me stop you here, just for those who never even looked at the CID, just so they know. What does the monkey do?
The monkey is something like the old vassal in Manov. It gives you additional attack once per turn and gives you focus. So it's like the new vassal and of Manov and new vassal combined.
Oh, okay. So it both gives the attack and the focus.
I mean, one you can choose one of them, but you can have 3 monkeys. They only cost 2 points.
Okay, I get it. That's crazy, and they explode, right, when you kill them.
Yes, but this is not so good as in Grim Kings, because over here it had said it has to be an enemy attack to kill it, to make them explode. In Grim King, this thing to make cast schemes, it can be destroyed by you to explode, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it says it's disabled by an enemy attack, so you cannot trigger it yourself. But it's
that's a pity. Yeah, you should be able to put it on fire and just make it explode.
Oh yeah,
would be awesome.
Fire also doesn't work. That's weird, right? On all the electrolytes and stuff. Okay, so the monkey enables.
Yeah, it has to be an attack.
The monkey enables some sort of a jack focus, or makes jacks better. We got a lot of jacks in there.
Yeah, but you have to remember that this only in this tier, or not tier at all, because you can't have monkeys in regulars tier. So
no, there are theme forces.
It is still a mercenary. When it can go for
this merc.
Sorry.
You can play it in any mercs, but without any tiers, or in this specific tier, Talion Charter. And the monkeys, it gives additional attack only for private jacks.
Oh,
it works for
faction and only private.
Yeah, it only says target friendly faction privateer warjack.
It works. It works for Krix, Signar, and Kador.
Yeah, but
you would need to take Gaston or I don't know. Maybe another.
Yeah, but what Tomek is saying is that you can empower works for all the faction warjacks, but the extra attack only works for privateer warjacks.
Ancillary attack. You're correct.
So the best use for the monkeys, like for the galleon to make another pull with his trident, or just to, or like run with, with the second new galleon with the sprays to run forward and just make like super good angle with this range 10 spray.
Oh, okay.
Something like this.
So
some good uses.
So it's like sort of like Jackhammer, sort of.
Yeah. But it's better to make to make range attack.
Yeah. Oh wow, it can make
basic range.
Oh my, I did not notice this.
Always the same wording.
That is crazy. Okay, that is crazy. Okay, I agree. The monkey is very good, and it costs 2. Wow. So
only 2 points, and you can take 3 of them.
Yeah. So you can just like give the focuses and make an additional attack for.
So, are there any?
Yeah, because it can be only targeted with by an ancillary attack only once.
Yeah, but you can give 2 focuses with.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can also have multiple jacks you want to do this with. The privateers shoot a lot, right?
Yeah, there's Mariner. Like all jacks got buff on armor, so the Mariners are like a bit better. They have good range and good power. But the only issue is that they need to have a warrior model very close. But it can be a monkey itself, so that doesn't really matter.
Because there has to be a friendly model reloading Mariner, right?
Yeah, this is
Sort
the
of.
minus this for this model.
It's like a very cool mechanic, I feel. Very thematic.
Yeah.
It's only it has to be 1 inch, so it's not a huge disadvantage.
It doesn't
costs
be
40
base
points.
to
1 inch, not base to base.
Yeah.
And he got Treasure with range 2. I mean, he had Treasure before, but he had only 1 inch range.
Oh, Treasure 2 is nasty.
You mean Mariner?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's 2 inches, that's right. For sure.
So the same improvement like Vanquisher, who had 1 inch in Mark, half an inch in Mark 2, but they gave 2 inch melee range in Mark 3.
How much does it cost? The Mariner costs 14.
14.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. When I was looking at this, I was like, this is like a 3 point cheaper Vanquisher. I got very envious.
And has much better range because it shoots 15 inches, not 10.
Yeah, and but it doesn't have choir, so it's a little less.
It can have.
Of course, I forgot. It can have. Never mind then. That is unfair, and I am boycotting this.
This is not the argument. Sorry.
Yeah.
About the choir.
Yeah. Wow. That see, you were thinking on the completely different angles than me.
Maybe because he's playing mercenaries.
Yeah. I mean, of course. It's just that I when I was looking at the document, I mean, I didn't even think of this. Oh, that's crazy. That's 15-inch range AOE 4 power 14 with possible choir. But and there is no way this can happen. Severus 0, right? You can't take Severus 0.
No.
Okay then.
You have only Kane Fury to buff the shooting in your army, so it has to be enough.
Yeah, you guys have so much support for this. So the Mariner looks good. Anything else?
I mean, the old Galleon is, of course, much better because it's 4 points cheaper. That's quite a lot.
It dropped from 39 to 35, I believe.
Yeah. And the second thing, because all the stuff is the same, and he got one special rule. It was like Darius skill to put a model 2 inches. You can place a model 2 inches.
It's like a slipstream, sort of.
Yeah. It's like slipstream. But it negates knockdown, so it's like exactly like Darius skill because slipstream doesn't pick up.
Yeah, it's basically a crane that is.
It's very thematic, I think. Honestly, when I saw this, I was like, "This is super OP," but it fits the theme like perfectly. I see the Galleon doing this. I'm not much for fluff, but this screams fluff.
His hand like tells you that you can pick something up and move it forward or backward or.
He is a crane, like a walking crane from a port.
Yeah,
basically, port crane.
Name for his weapon is Cargo Claw, so it's like cargo says
Cargo Claw.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
right. I looked at the Galleon and was super surprised that his attacks, like melee attacks, are really strong. I was expecting because he's such a shooty jack. I was expecting him to be a little weaker on the melee, and he is not at all.
He's even better.
No, because of the trident, this makes him super good.
Yeah, it's very crazy. The alternate for the Galleon, what's the name for the blockader?
Blockadier.
I believe it's blockader, right? From blockade.
I don't know.
Whatever, doesn't matter. It's like a more melee jack, right? And he has like 2 power 21s when Galleon has a 22.
I think this new Talion jack is much better at shooting because his power.
Power 14 sprays.
14, range 10, D3 shots.
D3 shots, oh my god.
Yeah, I
so
don't
has
like
more power and
shots.
He has this skill which is new, I think, because I didn't see it before. He has +2 to attack rolls against models within 5 inches. So he now has red 7, so he really wants to go forward as much. So
oh my god, rat 7 with sprays is crazy. Sprays usually have such weak rat, right?
yeah, that's why I think he will be good specifically for the Bartolo, who gives hot shot, which gives you boosted damage rolls for the shooting, and +3 armor because of button down the hatches. And this Colossal is much better for him than Galleon, because Galleon wants to like stay behind, shoot stuff, and just to catch someone with the trident and kill it. And this guy just go forward and just kill stuff.
So,
with this
you think he's good?
Yeah, I mean, specifically for the Bartolo and for other like aggressive casters like She, I think he will be better.
Wow.
Galleon is like more for casters, not for pirates, or for like any other casters like Magnus or someone.
Can be used wherever.
But this new one is like more pirate.
That makes sense.
He wants to go. He wants to go
even
forward.
more pirate than a port crane.
It seems so.
The Blockader also has like this very unique thing of having the range 4 on a Colossal melee weapons, which is crazy,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, like Kraken.
It is crazy.
Kraken and Krix
Yeah,
is also 4-inch reach.
yeah. That is so cool. I think just
Helps a lot because you it's
But he
easier
starts
to
with
get
much bigger
models
power than Krix one. So Krix one needs to get corpses to be powerful.
to be
This
powerful.
one just starts with power 21,
But
and he
what's the
shoots
funniest
much
thing
better than
about
Krix one.
Blockader was the funniest thing is that whenever he hits, right, he pushes the model 2 inches in any direction.
yeah, but it can also slam, so you can knock down and do some crazy stuff with like because the threat range for
But
this.
it can be slammed. Yeah, you do not have to slam.
You don't have to do
Yeah,
it.
what I mean is that
it's optional.
he can enable some apart from being dangerous himself, he can enable the rest to be, effective.
Of course, moving models is like always OP in this game, so I like this idea. Even if you don't have to use it like a lot, but you can charge someone and just start moving someone around your base to move it to someone behind the Colossal. Or you can just start slamming someone at the impossible terrains for additional dice of the damage.
And still have reach because you have 4-inch reach.
Yeah.
You can
you can
still keep that model you slammed within your melee range.
That's crazy actually. Yeah, you can push them twice before they leave your range if you're base to base with them.
No, you do not have to push it directly away. You can push it in any direction. So you can push it wherever you want.
I did not catch this. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, this jack is interesting.
Which is the good jack?
This jack is interesting. Yeah, and it's cheaper than Galleon. But it can be the 1 point you need, right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, right now 1 point is for this sniper guy for the Sea Dogs. So you can. There's always something you can spend it on.
It's half a monkey. Let's be honest.
That's the thing. It's half a monkey, and 2 Colossals make 1 monkey for free. So.
How does it work with the monkey? Can she enable the spray to go rate of fire D3, or is it always like 1 spray?
No, only
one. Okay,
one.
I didn't know.
Yeah, only 1.
That would be crazy. Just
says
putting
one
it out there.
But for example, you can just run with and make additional attack to push something 2 inches closer to you, or something like this. I see a lot of funny angles to do with this.
Yeah.
If you want to catch some model.
When someone sees this jack.
Sorry. To see Blockader and the Galleon together, so one can push someone closer to him with the trident, and then just start moving him around the base with this one.
Oh, you'd go with both in one list?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you see a list with 2 Mercs Colossals actually worth considering?
Yeah, with Kane Free at Lille, with Choir.
Oh my god. I'm scared now. I'm super scared now.
Sorry, Piotr?
Yeah.
What did you say about... I just didn't catch the last thing you said.
Sorry, I got disconnected. Can you hear me?
Oh. Yeah, I do.
Okay, sorry. Could you please repeat?
Okay, I think we cut it out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So the Blockader with the Galleon, with Cane Free, with Lilies, with Choir looks super cool, right? Like very strong on what? What would that list be strong for? I mean, is it scenario?
Any not killing heavy lists because of you can reach power 21 with those sprays.
What?
It's pretty random shooting because out of the free shots, but
wait, what?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Power
because of Cane 3 giving bonus +3, then lowering armor of the enemy,
2,
and then
and
Choir,
Choir +2, so it gets
so
+7.
basically +7.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And you can still have Gorman and Gorman Ragman, so you can go to 25 top
Effectively.
against jacks or constructs like stones from the Baldur or something like this.
My mind is
Supreme
blown.
Guardians.
Jesus, I didn't even think of this. I never played, I never seen Kane, so that's probably why. But wow, to think +7, +9, right? With Ragman.
The total is +11 maximum.
This is crazy.
But
obviously hard to pull off. Yeah, hard to pull off.
+9 is the maximum you can give. Like it doesn't depend on the if you're attacking the jacks or infantry. So you have +9 is like
okay.
Has to be enough. And the Ragman in Lille is a bit better because he has reposition 3, so he has 3-4 inch more range of this bubble with -2 armor.
That is.
I have a more general question regarding this Pirate CID and mercenaries in general. Do you think there was a how to put that in words? Does this Pirate CID helps mercenaries with some particular matchups or factions that they were struggling before?
I mean, the biggest struggle for me was the Manov with 1 Judicator or 2, doesn't matter.
So how does this Pirates, how do Pirates change it?
I mean, for sure the infantry, it is not the difference if you play against Manov because you cannot fight against the sprays with range 10 and fire. You can, because even though you have tough 4+ and suck on the Soluses, but still the infantry will not harm the Colossal enough.
Yeah.
You can just rush on the scenario and to block his movement, but I'm afraid it will not be enough to get 5 points advantage.
Probably. The stupid Seneschals orders.
Yeah, all this stuff. I mean, Seneschals are not a huge problem because you have this leader of press gangers who has seduction and you can move him back, but you can shoot him with the cannon to slam him out of the zone.
Yeah, there's a lot of pushing, so. Yeah.
But still, it's not the easy thing because if he just this guy runs in the middle of the zone, it will be hard to move him away.
Yeah, but tough can be so crazy, right?
Tough is fine, but still, you cannot have the bubble of 4+ bubble everywhere.
Everywhere you want.
The sprays of the Colossal is making you fire. It's still not enough. It's still enough to kill those infantry. But this is what I'm thinking. If you bring the Colossal with Kane against other Colossal, and if you put the no shooting against no shooting from the other Colossal, I mean, there's like 4 Colossals staring at each other, and no one can shoot anyone except if someone has resing, of course you can, but that's the other issue. And this new Colossal is faster because of the reach 4, so actually you are making big pressure on your opponent. And because if you, for example, want to take Kane free and have those shadow fires, you can see through the colossal. So you can, for example, shoot someone behind the colossal with the sprays, and you can actually try to hit colossal with the sprays. I mean, you cannot target.
Oh, yeah. True.
So the new colossal is like super good against mana, because the sprays are like hitting the choir.
So actually, you're looking for the list and for text out with the CID models, but outside this pirate.
Yeah, I mean, the pirate. I mean, those tiers are like pretty simple. I think. I mean, it's like these are like a small army by itself.
Yeah, they're not very complicated.
You don't have a lot of choices in those tiers, so. You can play the way you spam infantry, or you can play with those jacks, and that's all you can do. I mean, of course, those infantry will be super good against other lists, I think. For example, against Tarns, I think they will be super good. Tough 4+.
So? Why do you think so?
Because of tough 4+, and you can stop the turns, and you are much faster than them.
Lord of the Feast, grievous ones.
Under shy.
I mean, the infantry, which starts at... for example, you go for second with the pirates. You have those citadels on 16 inches with the deployment, and you can charge 16 inches in turn first anytime you want. So you reach 32 inches from your table edge. So it's like super far away.
Just because in your first turn.
You mean with press gangers?
And I think no, with the citadels.
The citadels, okay. They have 16 inches.
Yeah, the press gangers they just gain
ambush. So
ambush, right?
If you go second, you can just turn to charge his almost everywhere he stands. But being second I think is better because you can pressure the scenario easier.
Better, and you start scoring first.
For this kind of list, when you play infantry against infantry, it's very good to make pressure with scenario because you cannot put anything very tough to block the zone for a long time.
Okay, how do you guys find this this whole CID process of pirates? Do you think it changed a bit from previous CID cycles, or
is it more not Scorn and it's not Silver, right?
For me, this city is like much more gentle. I mean, they didn't make like super freaky things.
Overpowered.
Like before they did with some stuff. I don't want to say loud which one are there, but still, there's nothing like stupid. Everything is like or funny or like playable or interesting or some kind of unique.
What about then?
And I really like it because there's no things like infantry with 12 or defense 12, armor power 12, like boring stuff, but everything is cool.
What about? I want to specifically ask about what you think about the light jacks, the new jacks that are coming out, because usually they have the tendency to go overboard with the new models.
I mean, the new jacks. If you want to change medium jacks a bit, it's like very risky for me because the light jacks are the biggest winners in this Mark III edition of War Machine because of the free focus. So let's say if you are putting like 3 lights versus 2 heavies, you get 1 focus more on the table, and the focus is like the most important resource for this game. And let's say you take Buccaneers who got 1 armor more in this edition, in this CID, and you take them in the Magnus tier with unyielding, so they go to armor 18, defense 13 is pretty a lot. They have set defense, so set defense. So there's like 15 defense against infantry is pretty a lot, so you can try to fight infantry. And the heavies are trying to hit you on 7s or 6s. With armor 18, it's like not super easy to kill it. And those guys have knockdown weapon just because they do. And knocking down your opponent is like taking off his focus, is right, because he needs to.
And they have assault.
Yeah,
it really threatens like a lot.
The assault is probably the reason they do not have AoE 3 on their net because he didn't want new players to do assault charge and knock yourself down with the assault shot with the net.
Oh, that would work, right?
That would be sad.
Yeah.
But so my question is, sorry, because I assume the light jacks, the medium jacks, are new.
I mean,
they're not new.
There's one new for the Shay, the character guy.
Yeah.
And the one to be like a bit more close combat. I'm just trying to find him.
Swashbuckler. That's the common Lightward Jack and Scallywag.
Okay, so it's just one model.
Swashbuckler is like 1 point more expensive than the old Buccaneer, but he has one more weapon, one more close combat weapon, and he has duelist. And this is like let's say better defense, set defense, because you have always +2 defense against melee attacks.
Against all melee attacks, yeah.
Yeah, and dodge, which is like super good because you can just
dodge with duelist is crazy.
Yeah, that's the point of taking.
So they're aiming probably to what I believe that to have light warjacks actually see fight and be there in the middle of the battle, right? Jumping around and being in the.
Yes, those swashbucklers are like, let's say, like dervishes, I would say, but they have same armor, same defense. Of course, less mad, but those skills are super good. And defensive strike is like trying to taking the tools super good against infantry because you need one more model to kill it for each of those swashbucklers.
Aren't you guys afraid that people will just spam those light warjacks? They're very, very fast.
I mean, there's only one problem in Mercs, that we don't have like mass buff, except for Regara, which is new. Mass buffed for attack to hitting and damaging with those jacks, because they have only Mat 6, power 11, 13, so like not super a lot. But
this is a great segue. Let's talk about her.
And sorry, who's
Rahera?
Rahera, yeah.
Let's go.
I'll just finish with those.
Okay, sure. I'm just really eager to talk about her. Sorry.
The biggest difference is this new bond for She, which is double the range of the control range to him.
Extended control.
Super good for him because She is like almost like a solo who's like going anywhere where he can try to find some points, and he doesn't have any like control range buffs or anything like this, because he can put the cloud and that's all he has to do. So he doesn't want to be in the middle of the table. He wants to be somewhere around the flanks looking for flanks or something like this. And the Scallywag with this bonding leap and this extended control range. And remember that you don't have to bother about the focuses only for this range, but you need to worry about feet and other buffs from the control. So you can move him 3 inches with the feet, like being like 24 inches away, so you can do some tricky things. And this +2 charge range, which works only in control, it works twice the range for him.
Yeah, you would have to spend the focus for the charge anyway, right? So it's basically +2.
No, because this is better.
Yeah, I mean, it's better. It's better because you don't have to charge. You spend the same focus to make a longer charge with a place, which is great, right?
I mean, the jump is better than the charge because you have more range, but this caster makes all Privateer models charge for free, if I remember correctly. The She, I mean. So both you can choose. Both things are super good, so it doesn't matter. And he makes this jack like another ambusher. This is what I want to say. He can just go all along this side edge and combine with the press gangers, which they have ambush as well. So I think this can be pretty cool.
Yeah, and he has parry, right? Which the previous one doesn't have. Am I correct?
No.
Swashbuckler doesn't
yeah,
have
yeah, he has parry, yes.
So that makes him
Parry, he can
obnoxious, basically.
jump. And he has 3 attacks in melee, after all, because of his point blank. So, and because of his character, he has more mat and rat, which is pretty important.
Ah, that is correct.
That's right.
Yeah, 7 and 6. Very cool Jack.
So he will be the guy being on the flank and just annoying you a lot? Probably not
I think
killing
so.
the heavy warjack.
I'll take him with this new colossal for Shea and move on. That will be my battle group, I think.
Okay.
I really like this. The idea of him being like the sort of ambusher. Jack that can do this is really cool. I think very unique for the for Warmachine. Usually you have to stay in this control, and it's very limiting.
He is something like, I think, this character Jack for Gareth, I think. He's the paralysis shot. He has dual sidestep, I think. He's like super.
The one that resurrects?
Well,
the one that resurrects? No, that's not this.
No. This is Imperius. This is the light Jack with stealth, I think. Defense 14 or 15, combat, I don't remember, but he's like, there's not a lot medium character Jacks, and I don't really like it. I don't know why. It's only 4 playables or 3 only.
Yeah.
I mean, any light Jack with this character is super good, I think. The Thorn in Signar is super good.
Blessing of Vengeance.
Yeah, he's great, but he doesn't see
Severus Jack is super good.
Games.
Yeah, they could actually make more of these. I think they would be. It's the time, as you said. Mark III is great for them, and they can finally shine. And people love the character stuff, right? Like,
yeah,
they really like to play it, even for the flavor.
Oh, that's Moros, the Gareth Jack.
I mean, this Jack, for example, can be playable in any caster. This bond is This bond is very good, especially for Shep, because he's kind of play, but I can see him playable even for other casters.
That's interesting. Is he a part of? He is a part of pirate theme, right? He's named.
Yeah, of course, he's privateer.
Okay. So you can take other casters with him, right?
No, I mean privateer Jacks doesn't have the rule like Rulik that you can only take. Rulik Jacks for the Rulik casters. Privateer is only important for
the Team Force.
Couple of abilities.
I mean, not for the Team Force, because you can take any Jacks in Team Force, except those different character ones. But Privateer is important only for Monkey, I think, because you can give additional attack. And for this skill, the spell, which gives additional charge range, and his feet is working only for Privateer, I think. But Privateer is important only for couple
abilities,
and
abilities in hallmarks. I think there is Dwarf can only work for Privateers, but infantry and Jacks are completely different. But the Jacks are I think only those I said, those 3. Desha and Monkey, I think.
Okay. That is...
Feet is working on all models, all friendly faction models.
I mean, Desha feet?
Yeah, that's what he means, yeah.
Ah, okay, so only those 2.
Okay, speaking of other casters and taking stuff with other casters, can we talk about Rahera? Is she at all interesting? It's a she, right?
Yeah, that's
okay, I believe so. So what does she have? Let's just quickly list it, because that's a complex model, right?
I like the way she went through during the CID process.
Completely reworked, right?
Yeah,
First
she changed so many times. Every CID, she was completely different.
But at the very beginning, she was a mix of the caster who supports infantry and the Jacks, and this is not the best idea. It doesn't work a lot. And after they gave it too big buff, because they gave her the skill to almost ignore the shooting. I don't know if you guys know how the Animus of Hydra works, but it was everything in control. Your models in control, like they are 5 inch further to your opponent. Like that, let's say, like you have.
Yeah, reduce the range of the
trigger
shooting.
to spell,
Yeah,
which
wind wall.
when you need to have your models in control, not your opponents.
Yeah,
so
wind wall basically, I think, right?
It was much better, and now they changed it to the -3 range, so it's like basically the Animus of Hydra from Scorn.
Guys, please let's go through this. What does she have? I can quickly list it. It's defense 16, armor 15, caster with 16 boxes with focus. What's the focus?
6.
Focus 6.
She's basically Scar. She has every skill is the same like Scar 1.
Yep.
And what's interesting, she can be played in Kriegs, right?
Yep, she's a partisan
Yes.
Kriegs.
So that's the most important part about her. I think balancing her in both factions at one in one time.
But I think
so that's a difficult
focus
task.
6 for Kriegs is hard, right? I mean, what I mean is the competition is very high, and most of them are focus 7, right? And they are doing similar stuff. No, I
mean, this her spell, which I told before, is like super different than other things because -3 range. I mean, -3 range is decreasing your opponent range of shooting is like the best buff to armor to survive the shooting, because if they don't have the range, you can be actually 3 inches closer to your opponent. It's like the best thing you can have.
Okay, please. Her feat. Model in Rahera's battle group currently in her control range and friendly living warrior models currently in her control range can immediately make one basic melee or range attack. These attacks must target enemy models currently in Rahera's control range. Is this feat any good with her focus 6?
The last sentence, the last sentence is the most
biggest issue.
Otherwise, it would be too powerful. I think that's why they changed it.
This is feat only. I mean, not maybe only, but mostly for caster kills. I can give you some combos even now, which is very good. So, for example, you can play Devil Dogs from Mercs and just run forward to make auto knockdown. You have 16 range of any of the models to auto knockdown your opponent caster, and then just to go shooting to run with Ares, then shoot her with her to caster, then like shoot Gorman first, for example, to blind someone. This is all tricky, and most of those skills are good for the range attacks, and most of them are in mercs themselves. I mean, Gorman, Ares, Kelbailoch, there's plenty of those models, but you can try to make some nasty things with those special attacks. In Kriegs itself, I can see it's like almost like the striker idea, to run forward with your heavy hitting infantry, to move in and then use feet to attack twice. But this is not as good as striker because you don't have this follow up with 3 inches, which is kind of important. And the only good thing you can shoot with in after running in Kriegs is the bile trolls. You know, those guys with spray 8 auto hits. This can be something good to clean infantry, but this is not the super cool thing to do, I think.
Okay, what jumps at me?
This fit is much better, I think. Is much better in mercs than in
that is great to hear. What jumps to me is that they make it immediately, so it's not like an extra attack. But so what I mean is she can't use the feet and run, right? Or basically,
you cannot do that.
You can never do that. Well, no, actually, now that I think about it,
so don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. So the feat is great for mercs. I mean, good, not great. She has parry, pathfinder, tough, acrobatics, blood weaver, which is when this.
It's a casting spell for free if you close something.
That's great. Very situational.
Plenty for.
She has.
I mean, it's made only for this Manifest Destiny to cast it for free because it is. She has plenty of expensive spells and only one upkeep. So sorry, 2 upkeeps. So
Yeah, she had to.
out of casters with good spells, they're giving this Bloodweaver thing to
Yeah,
make them playable.
The problem is you have to kill with a melee attack, right?
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, but she wants to be there in front, right? Because of her.
I mean, she has sprint, so you can charge and go back. So that's not
yeah,
a
I'm
huge
getting
issue.
to that. Yeah. But she is speed 7, which is nice.
Yes.
Which is very nice. And acrobatics and parry really helps her, do this with Pathfinder. Oh, actually, she has Pathfinder, parry, acrobatics. Wow, the complete package.
Get her hands dirty.
Really complete package when it comes to like contributing.
She only needs Ghostly. That will be perfect.
Jesus. She has a gang fighter, which is also great. She has leadership for living privateer or shard. I don't know how to read this. When this model's command range, which is 9. Friendly living privateer and shard models gain sprint. Wow, nice. And
so this is again made for this. I think this is the skill which makes her competitive to compete against She for this tier list with only infantry. But the sprint is not so important, I think.
But can it make like a weird combo with her feet? You charge, you kill something, you sprint, and then she feeds.
Yes, you can, but this infantry is a bit too slow.
But didn't you say that she has like 16 threat range?
No, but only for She, because he gives you +5 range.
Okay, makes sense.
3 with the feet and 2 with his spell, and she gives only buff to Jax with the escort, and this leadership thing works only for living models, so it's only for infantry.
Okay, makes sense.
So she is a kind of a combination, something between having a warjack oriented list and an infantry oriented list. So she has spells right for to buff warjacks and to buff infantry in it.
Well, spells. We didn't get there.
No.
She had.
Okay.
I mean, the spells are saying exactly that you want to have Jax because of the escort and manifest destiny. So it makes your list almost like Lich free. If you, for example, you would like to place Slayers. So these Jax are the same speed as caster. It's even better because you don't have to activate caster first to give buff on this for the speed, which was the kind of issue for him. And Manifest Destiny is obviously much better than the -2 defense and armor spell.
Yeah, so
you don't have to be close to your opponent. You don't need to arc nodes, and you don't. This spell didn't work against Manov because of the choir, so you were immune to spells. So Manifest Destiny and Escort is like better skill toolbox for the Slayers spam.
No, wow, that is a good point. So Escort, Manifest Destiny, and she also has the Rough Seas, which is the -3 range for ranged attack targeting stuff in her control, which is great.
Even though we were,
so she has a tool to defend warjacks from shooting and to deliver them with Escort and to make them hit harder with Manifest Destiny. So she basically has anything she wants, but she doesn't give Pathfinder, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
but you can take Pathfinder Jax in Crix.
They're
a bit more expensive.
That's true.
And
not necessarily Slayers.
Yes, but still, I don't think you need some. You don't need. You can mix Slayers with those Leviathans. I think they were called.
It is quite expensive though, right? It's 5 focus for both spells, and she's focus 6.
Escort is upkeep, so
okay,
it's not an issue.
So let's say 4.
And the Manifest Destiny, this is the spell you want to cast for free with this Bloodweaver skill. That was the idea, I think.
Yeah, but obviously you want to have that opportunity every turn, right?
No, of course not. But she has range 13 charged, so range 11
charged. Yeah, range 11. It's just average.
Maybe it's enough, maybe. She has armor 17 after all because of the escort. And Rough Seas gives you -3 range, so I think you can try to deliver her somehow in the front.
Okay.
And the second thing, because of this spell, I want to finish this rough seas, because Lich had to play this tier, which gives +4 armor against shooting, right? And you can try to change this idea to play tier, which gives you gank for Jax. So your Jax will be a bit easier to destroy in range, but the idea of having rough seas spell, you will not get the shot at all. And then those Jax will have even more power than those in the Lich list.
So how does an example list?
Power,
what do you think of her? Where would you put her with what?
First, I need to see what infantry you can have in this tier.
Okay.
I don't remember this. This is the trolls and the ogrons. This is this tier. Someone remembers?
Wait, what?
I need to just check which tier gives you +2 this gank.
The gank bonus. Okay, I'll check that. Let me see.
So that was.
So do you think she'll be better or taken more often in mercenaries or in cricks? What do you think?
It's hard to say. For me, in the cricks, because it's like pushing. A lot of people are playing the Slayers now, or they were playing, and I think this is she will be better than Lich. After all, okay, I found this tier. So
yeah, that's Slaughter Fleet.
Yeah, because you can have those powered infantry with this sprint, so we can so they can charge forward and destroy something, and move forward and make space for Jax to give the gank. So I think this can be cool.
Oh. So move forward with the sprint to provide the gank. Wow, that makes a lot of sense, right? How many? I guess it's a matter of balancing the list, right? How much infantry, how many Jacks you want to take?
I think only one unit of infantry will be enough.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 at most.
2 small units or one big.
Yeah.
I think one big is enough, because this infantry has a very good attachment, which gives you +2 charge range. This no quarter. The same for the other pirates, the Seedox. And they have sprays 6, power 14s or 12s, I don't remember. So you can just move forward, make some sprints, and then make some sprays. So it's like this feat can actually work in this tier because of plenty of those sprays. We can clear out of infantry if you really want to. And with the black spot, this is her other spell, it gives you -2 defense, so they actually can hit something with Rat 7. So I think you can find some good combinations of, and you can actually make work all her skills and spells can actually work together somehow.
Yes, it makes. I'm starting to get like this picture in my head. What she actually does. What you're saying makes a lot of sense. I think the one unit of infantry is very nice if you can have like a respectable threat range, as you said. Just clear the jamming, make space for your Jacks. I think the positioning with her will be key, right? So you have to move forward enough for them to be in command, so they gain the sprint. Blah blah blah. That make.
I mean, she goes first, obviously. Charge and sprint somewhere in a good spot. She has acrobatics and parry and pathfinder, so she can ignore everything except of impossible trains. And then you can move forward with your Jacks. Of course, those Jacks will be a bit easier to kill combat because they will not have the unyielding like those in the Lich 3 lists. But they're hitting much harder, and I think this is not the list who goes forward and stays and do nothing, to actually go forward and kill stuff. It's this huge difference when you have, like, you cannot be immune to these bonuses to hit and to damage.
Don't you think
Manifest Destiny and Gank works always.
Don't you think losing the Unyielding and the Pathfinder on mobility will be like a big deal for the Jack heavy list in Kriegs?
Of course, it can be, of course. I'm not saying it doesn't, but
okay.
You cannot have everything.
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. It is something for something. The Manifest Destiny, of course, the big pull here to play her. I like all the Manifest Destiny casters, honestly.
Yeah, it's Agrish too.
I don't like only the one in Manoff.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to make him work so badly, and it's just so hard, you know. The Durant too, we're talking about, obviously.
So if you can see Durant and her, it's like completely different. And she's giving much more than only Manifest Destiny.
Durant is trying to do what you said, is trying to do too much. A mix of infantry and jacks, a little bit, I think. Am I wrong with this? Jeez, I don't remember his spells right now.
So in general, you think Hera will play with a lot of jacks and just one unit, and from what I hear, you're more excited about her in Kriegs than in Mercenaries.
In Mercs, you can be. This is when you said before about those light jacks. I can see this light spam with those 3 initials. Jacks, Swashbuckler, I think.
Yeah, because Manifest Destiny increases basically their damage output, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, yes. And you can play it in irregulars, actually, because you will not need those monkeys so much. You will need some, as I said before, those fun soloses, which can give you this Ares shot for 2 Ares shots a turn, 3 shots with kill Bylock,
yeah,
2 shots with Alten.
That's crazy.
Ashley,
you can with Kel and Ares, you can take out 15 boxes.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yes, and you can.
That's crazy.
Oh my god! I just realized too, right?
And you can have Alten Ashley to shoot the beast, and you have 15 plus 2d6. Auto ones.
That's great. Yeah.
They can shoot on the feet. They're crazy.
She has
like
more
2 turns to kill Colossal, I think, maybe.
In my scene.
That is fascinating. It's opening some crazy
and actually, in regulars, your jacks are giving you 3 points too, so doesn't matter which deck, you always get those 3 soloses for free.
Well, hopefully, just 3 of them very soon, right?
It used to be 5, right?
It used to be 5?
Or it used to be 4?
Oh my god, I thought it used to be 4.
It used to be 4.
Oh my god, thank god.
Okay, so that will be 3. 5 was in Signar, I think, for each 20 points. You could
for
have
each 15 points of Arc and Tempest models, you could take 3 solos.
No, I say about the Jack.
The heavy metal.
No, heavy metal. No, it had 4. Now it's 3.
Okay.
Jesus, guys.
No, it changed.
Pretty crazy. Okay, so some final thoughts. The privateer CID. I know we started with this, but after we had like a brief discussion, what will you be playing? What will you be testing first?
Play 1 game with the Sheh and this infantry spam with this new Colossal. After a while, I think I'll come back to Kane 3 with new 2 Colossals.
I'm so scared of this.
And I will stay around it, I think.
Okay, the new Colossal looks interesting. I'm eager to see it on the table. I'm really scared.
Yeah, the new Colossal is the most interesting thing all around the mercs, not the tier, but for the whole army, which are mercs, the new Colossal is, I think, the most important part.
Very cool. Piotr, anything caught your eye? Will you be playing Mercenaries? Will you be moving to Mercenaries?
I always wanted to have pirate models because I liked how they look.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to paint them like in a cool patterns on their shirts and clothes, and just make cool bases with like a sandy beach or tropical. But now, since I'm playing not only Signar but Legion too, I don't believe I will just go into privateer Team Force. Maybe one day I'll just borrow
think about
pirate
it,
models.
because next year you go to the team tournament and you guys can go with the same team, have 3 mercenary players, win this time, easy mode.
Just fucked up and didn't take the mercs. I don't know why.
just brains of our enemies will just lag, and they'll just stare at us and be, puzzled. What's going on? How is it even possible?
The pairing process for every enemy would be like a nightmare. I would never want to be.
I can imagine. I cannot wait to see the new pirate models on the table. To see the monkeys and the new colossal. That might be. That seems to be cool. And I like the idea of Mateusz of his pirates being the hellish version.
Oh yeah,
like the Ghost Rider
models
and stuff.
I saw them on the table yesterday. They actually look okay. Yeah.
Do they? Okay, because I was afraid that they will be difficult to tell one from another.
Oh,
because
I think they might, because he was running super low on clock. But I was worried that the hellish theme looks very different from the rest of the army, because not the entire list is like this, but only like a part of it. But it looks okay. It really does.
Okay. I mean, this is good. This is much worse for your opponent.
That is true, especially
the same. When you play, for example, when you play with Texas and like 100 models which are exactly the same, and they ask you which guy is this with benders, which are the other guys. I don't know. Figure it out, man. It's your time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we play with him a lot, so we understand what's going on, and only the other people are having struggles. Okay. Is this it? Do we want to talk about anything else?
I missed the beginning because of technical issues. I don't know what did you discuss at the very beginning.
Just general stuff,
But just general stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to Barcelona next weekend
that's right.
for a tournament. So that's I wanted to share with you.
You're leaving on Friday or Thursday? Thursday.
Thursday evening, and Tomasz is coming, and Simon from Quali Geeks. So there'll be, and we're all coming with our
very good company,
girlfriends, and yeah, that's going to be.
Hopefully, you win this,
nice
and we can do like this winner podcast, right?
That would be great.
What are you taking after all? Which casters?
I decided I'm taking Haley 3 in Greater Gears and Nemo 3 in Heavy Metal.
Okay. Try hard.
Yeah.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, good luck, my friend. Yeah. And we will be. I'm sure you will be reporting live from the tournament. So I will.
I will try to. I hope I will get my phone from the service.
All right.
Yeah, because in my old phone, my camera is not working. So otherwise, I don't know how we'll take photos. We'll see. I hope it will get back before that.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone will be waiting for the report. So, like the Signar Facebook group is, revived by your efforts, basically. So, go and win.
I still have 12 games to report. So there's a huge backlog. Yeah, that's terrible. We'll see.
Awesome. And later we have Krakow, right?
But I'm excited on painting trenches, because I'm the next week weekend after Barcelona, there's a big tournament in Krakow, and I just checked, and 33 people signed in for fully painted tournament. So that's quite a lot. I didn't even know that we have that many players with fully painted armies.
Oh my god, I'm not going. I was hoping it would be a flop and I wouldn't miss anything great. God damn it. Now but I won't make it. I won't make it.
It'll be fun. And I enjoy painting.
I've been painting like crazy.
For myself, my models for the first time after, I don't know, a year maybe.
Yeah.
The only tournament I play with paint models is WTC, I think. And it's always like 2 weeks before. Okay, guys. Let's get it on. Paint the stuff. 3 colors. Yeah. Awesome.
So that was a good. And whatever it stays before WTC, it stays for the
next year.
Forever, I think. Yeah. However, I painted those models. I didn't get back to them, so they're just still, half finished. Like my colossals or battle engines, they're all just basic colors, couple of shades, and that's it. Never finished.
I always stop at the shading, and I never do highlights like lately. And I'm always promising myself I will go back to this model and do the highlights, and it never happens. It's just
and it never happens.
It's like lying to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's the last cookie.
After 5 years, every time.
Yeah.
Sorry, 7 years actually, but it's like it's the worst.
But hopefully this full painted armies thing catches on. Do you guys think there is any chance for this?
I mean,
33 people.
I mean, in perfect world, it'd be awesome, but some armies, some, for example, Ouroboros. There's a lot of players of Ouroboros in Poland, and when the CID hits you, and you need to like paint new stuff.
Well, maybe we can have like a clause for like the CID from the last 2 or 3 months is of the full painted. That it cannot. It can be.
Yeah, this is what I thought. Like you can. For example, like Crix didn't change for like a long time, so there was only new models, which is pretty obvious that you won't have painted, like those new trolls and algorithms and Scarfree, all those stuff. But for example, there's a lot of people having pirates in Poland. I can name it like 10 people who had pirates for like 7 years or 8. And this is not the problem for them to get this army. For example, if I would like to go for the next tournament and have pirates, there's like super no problem to get this army. I can ask like 5 people in Warsaw, I think, to borrow me.
Or to let you give you models.
Of course, except of the new colossal, but all other stuff it's like super easy to get.
Okay, so basically, good luck in Barcelona. Congratulations to the organizers of the Krakow Master. Fully painted 33 people is so far, because there's still like 2 weeks off, 3 weeks away, 2.5, let's say.
Yeah, but today that was the deadline for the payment.
Oh, okay. So at least
Sunday.
I no longer have to think about it. Should I go or shouldn't I? So that's great.
Yeah. But you still have a couple of hours.
No. There is no way
like
I will. There's no way I will
so.
make it. There's no way. And
come on.
I mean, if you would give me like 2 weeks to submit my my payments, maybe I would be like, okay, maybe if I make it, but no. If this is the case, then no.
No, don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
That's the second tournament in Krakow for like, so maybe next year.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll be able
to.
I'm
painting like crazy, but still not enough time. Guys, thank you for the discussion. Honestly, I've learned a lot. I hope you guys listening also learned a thing or two. Thank you, Tomasz, for being so insightful. All the combos you said were crazy.
That's not what the old, I told you.
Yeah, of course. We will be seeing them on the tables.
It's not everything.
There's some other sick stuff, but you'll see.
Okay, for sure.
In the future.
So guys, pay attention to the Colossal and stay tuned for the next episode of the Moment of Clarity podcast, where we will discuss the Infernals, which I'm super psyched about.
Yeah, because they're out very soon. Very soon.
Like 4 days?
Yeah.
2 days?
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
It's on
Wednesday. It's on Wednesday. I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Do you guys know how long is the seat? It's like 1 month or longer?
Probably 1 month.
Yeah, it's usually between 3 or 4 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, but we are still waiting for the final rules of Steelheads, right? Because this CID haven't been officially released.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I saw they changed some stuff, and which can be pretty bad. I mean, those people were pumped all around this artillery thing to be like super good, because it will be counter to other colossals, which is what people expected. But after all, they changed it like somehow in a bad way.
And we'll see if Hera will change as well again before the final.
Oh, that is correct. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the discussion.
Thank you guys, both of you.
Fun.
Very insightful. And as I said, next week we do Infernals.
Yeah. And we see each other on Wednesday playing.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
See ya then.
Take care, bye.
See you guys.
Cheers.